It's day 11 of our 12 days of Christmas, which means it is 11 pipers piping. Now, I could not find any pipers, so I went with the next best thing, which is a piping hot cup of tea, which I am thoroughly enjoying in my Whippet mug, and it's very, very hot. Just the way I like it. And today I'm going to be sharing an extra special idea for our table setting. We have our next act of kindness for today, and our table is we're one day off having all our table settings in place, and I'm really excited on Christmas Eve. So our 12 days ends on the 23rd, but we will have one more video on the 24th on Christmas Eve where I will show the finished table and ask you one very, very important question. But for today, let me show you what we're doing for our table setting today. So as today is all about pipers piping, I thought we would create something for the table that involves piping of a different kind. We're not going to be pipers piping, but we're going to be piping in baking. So I found this cookie that I've never tried before, and you actually pipe the cookie onto your tray. And it actually consists of a cookie and a cream swirl on top, and then chocolate chips. What more could you ask for? So we're going to try it today, and then we're going to use them as our little centerpiece for our table today. So I very, very simply, it's a really simple recipe. I found it on Cookist, and I'll put the link to it in the description below so you can actually go and see how it's all made. But I have got my 2/3 of a cup of sugar, my 3 tablespoons of corn starch, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to put in 1 cup of milk into this saucepan, and then we're going to add the egg yolk of 1 egg. And then we're going to mix it together, and then on a medium heat we're actually going to mix this until it thickens. So I've just taken my cream off the heat, and I'm going to make my cookies. So I've got half a cup of sugar. I'm going to add 2 eggs. And then we're going to whisk that up and mix it so it's nice and smooth. I've just now added my half a cup of milk and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then finally, I've added my 270 grams of flour and 10 grams of baking powder. And I'm going to very carefully, so I don't get covered in flour, mix this in. So with it all mixed in, we are now ready to pipe our cookie onto our cookie sheet. And then Mum is going to now pipe the dough or the cookie cream onto the top.
Okay, now it's chocolate chips, Miriam's favourite on here. So we just sprinkle
we're just
around.
going to sprinkle them on the top.
I wonder how they'll melt and how they'll blend in with the rest of it. They're looking as if they're going to be tasty. You do some. And you mustn't eat any, Miriam. We're just putting them on the biscuits.
I'll try and keep them on the biscuit cookies and not in my mouth.
Yeah. There we go. Always a favourite, aren't they, cookies? I mean, and with the chocolate chips at Christmas.
Be interesting to see what the cookie cream is like on the top.
I know. Could be tasty.
Yeah.
Like a lemon.
Like a lemon curd without the lemon.
There we go. Is that enough?
I think that one needs more.
Oh, and a bit more on this one. Okay.
In fact, this one needs a bit more too.
I'm not as generous as you.
You can never have too many chocolate chips.
You see, that's why I have to rely on my daughter to know how many chocolate chips to put on biscuits.
Perfect.
All right.
So we're now going to put these in the oven and cook them. And then when they get out, we are going to just dust them with a little bit of icing sugar, and they'll be ready to go. So my cookies are out of the oven, and I'm just sprinkling them with a little bit of icing sugar. then I'm going to get them on a cooling rack and cool down. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to put these into a really pretty gift bag with a little ribbon, and these are going to be our centerpieces. So this was a great idea for you to be able to give your guests and people who are sitting at your table some kind of yummy gift, yummy treat that they can enjoy. So it could be cookies, it could be chocolates. We're doing cookies, but we're gonna, once these are cooled, we'll get them in their bags and get them on the table. So with the rest of my cookies just finishing baking, they have come out really, really well. I'm really surprised. They look very, very yummy. So I'm just putting together today's table setting. So I've taken some of the cookies and I'm just using one of these clear kind of treat bags. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stack 3 of them. Now you could obviously put just one cookie in the bag if you wanted to. You could do it as a stack like I've done. And then so you can make them as big or as small as you want in terms of your treats. And obviously you can fill them with whatever treats you like. So I'm actually just gonna tie mine with a wire tie, just to make sure that it keeps them nice and fresh. And then I've just got a simple piece of ribbon, which I am going to tie around the wire tie, just to give it that nice festive look. And again, you can use whatever color of ribbon that you choose. You could really make them very, like I say, very personal. You could put tags on them. I'm just going to cut my ribbon in diagonals. So you can see now I've got this nice little packet. And then one of the other options, and this is something I'm just going to do, is I'm just going to take a little bit of greenery and I'm just going to tuck it in the ribbon here. And a few little berries, just to give it a bit more again of that festive feel, and make it feel even more festive. So you can see now I've just got a little bit of greenery on the ribbon, and now you've got a little bag full of goodies that can go as your centerpiece right in the middle of your table, of your plate on the table setting, and I guarantee you people will love this one. So for today's table setting, I have picked one of my really pretty rose and blue, and again, slightly a different rose pattern, but they kind of complement each other. So I'm going to use those as my plates. I'm adding my napkin across my plate this time. I'm going to add my other plate in here. And then we have our really cute little package of treats that sits in the middle, and we're going to then add our knife and fork. And so I know, as a guest, if I was a guest, if I sat down and found yummy treats at my table, at my place, I'd be very excited. So just a really simple idea. Again, these little bags you can find anywhere, especially at the dollar store, and you can make it so personal and really change up, whether it's the treats, cookies, chocolates. You really can make anything that you think of. Maybe you have a special Christmas cookie or a Christmas treat that you have that you want to share with others. But it's just, again, a very, very easy and simple and very quick way to make something very nice for your guests. So with only one more day to go, let's see what all our table settings look like on our table. So our paper craft is still a little confused. It thinks it is 11 ladies dancing, which obviously it's not, it's 11 piper piping. But I'm cutting out our 11 dancers ready to go on the wall. Our 9 ladies dancing are now on the wall, and we have one more day to go before our 12 days of Christmas paper craft is all finished. So we're almost at the end of our 12 days of kindness. We've got a couple of days left. So I'm just going to pull out our tag for today. And today it says, give a compliment to as many people as you can. So my challenge for you today is to give out as many compliments as you possibly can to as many people as you can. Everyone you meet, let's compliment them, because I know how much a compliment is appreciated. And I know that giving out compliments will definitely spread a lot of kindness and joy and happiness and bring some smiles to some faces today. So my challenge, like I say, is to give out as many compliments as you can. I'd love to hear all your stories about your 12 days of kindness, and I appreciate all your stories and when you share, and the thank you notes I've received, and all the very special moments that I have you've shared with me during these 12 days. But for today, let's give out some compliments, and I will see you back here tomorrow for our final day of our 12 days of Christmas.